Alright guys, welcome back to Sin City. Today I'm going to be teaching you all about Skrewball and just what it is. As the name suggests, it's a peanut butter whiskey. It's really good, really easy to use, but it's more versatile than a lot of people realize. When you think of peanut butter, you usually think peanut butter and chocolate, peanut butter and jelly, and really that's about it. But with alcohol, it's a little bit more complicated than that. Whenever you're making drinks as a mixologist, there's a golden ratio that everyone tends to follow. You usually do 2 parts alcohol, 1 part sweet, and 1 part sour. So when you're mixing Skrewball, you still need that sour taste, and you're gonna get that from your citrus fruit, like lemons, limes, even grapefruit juice. Believe it or not, those all pair really well with Skrewball. I would never think in a million years that I need to mix lime juice and peanut butter, but it just works when you have alcohol added into the mixture. So let's pour some Skrewball and show you just how great it is. So my personal preference is to always drink whiskey on ice. It's a little bit easier for me to drink as I don't totally love just the taste of straight whiskey. A little bit of water in there is perfect, and I usually use a larger cube so it doesn't dilute it too much. Skrewball does tend to be on the sweeter side of most whiskeys, so when you mix it with water, you can see a little bit of that sugar in here and see just how sweet it can be. Let's just go ahead and try some of it. So as you'd expect from a peanut butter whiskey, the forward flavor is peanut butter. While you're drinking it, you also get that little taste of chocolate at the end, which you wouldn't know it based on the drinks I post, but I really do not care for chocolate personally. But with the Skrewball, it really works. I feel like chocolate and peanut butter is one of those exceptions I can typically make, especially when there's a little bit of alcohol involved. Although the Skrewball is sweet, you don't get that syrupy texture that you might expect to coat your tongue when you're drinking something on the sweeter side. This isn't quite on that level, which is why it's so perfectly balanced. So because peanut butter and chocolate are such a famous combination, it's really easy just to pour a little bit of chocolate liqueur on top of your Skrewball. Because there's no citrus, we don't need to shake this, we just give it a little swirl. And it tastes just like a Reese's Pieces. So bomb. Like I said, I don't really like chocolate, but when there's alcohol involved, I'll make an exception. All right, so moving along, another amazing combination is actually Truly's and Skrewball. So obviously there's tons of flavors of Truly's out there, but if you get the berry pack, the Skrewball pairs really well with all of them, although my favorite is the black cherry. You're just gonna pour a bit of Skrewball in your glass with ice, crack open your Truly. Now we'll just give that a little stir. Wow. This really tastes just like an alcoholic peanut butter and jelly seltzer, believe it or not. I don't know if that's the best way to put it. In my opinion, Truly's are a little bit, how do I say this? They're a little bit bland. They're not that great in my opinion, you know, it's kind of just like drinking alcoholic water with a little bit of fruit flavors. The Skrewball's just sweet enough, so it brings out a little bit more of that fruit flavor without it being an overbearing sugary cocktail. Now that it's summer, we gotta add a tropical drink to this list. Pineapple juice and Skrewball works. Another combination I wouldn't believe if I didn't try it for myself. It's amazing, so let's get into it. So let's pour some Skrewball into our tiki glass. A little bit of pineapple juice. We'll stir that up again. And let's give it a try. All right, so this one's weird. The pineapple juice seems to bring out a little bit more of that chocolatey flavor than it does the peanut butter. So it just, I don't know how to describe it because it's so good, but it doesn't sound desirable at all. The pineapple juice is probably the strongest flavor. It's not that sweet, even though you mixed it with a Skrewball. It actually doesn't even taste as sweet as the chocolate in Skrewball or the Truly's in Skrewball. This is the least sweet tasting drink of the 3, even though I know this has to have the most sugar. I wish I could describe it better for you guys, but you absolutely have to try this one. If you're gonna try one of the recommendations I have for you today, this one has to be it, Skrewball and pineapple juice. Next up to mix, I have some fresh limeade. So as I was saying before, when you're making a perfect cocktail, you need a little bit of citrus in there if you don't want it to be overbearingly sweet. So what we do here is we use limeade. It's not quite as sour as it would be if you just poured straight lime juice in here. In my opinion, lime juice and Skrewball is delicious, but I need something a little bit sweeter for my personal palate. If you'd like your drinks a little bit more bitter, not as sweet, I'd recommend just lime juice, but for me, we're gonna do limeade. So pour a little bit of that in there. Honestly, limeade is one of my favorite things to make at home. It's super easy. You just do a bit of water, a bit of sugar, lime juice, and boom, tastes amazing. Pour a little bit of that on top. I don't quite need a straw for this, so let's just be all fancy and use our finger. Taste test. Oh, that is so good. Again, this is difficult to kind of pinpoint that flavor and explain it to you guys. It is bitter enough with the limeade in there as you'd expect. You can definitely taste that the peanut butter's still fighting in here, but it's not super aggressive. It's playing so well with the lime juice. There's just enough sugar in there that you don't feel like you're drinking a syrup. It's just a perfect combination. I love this one. You know, you could almost get away with calling this a Skrewball daiquiri. It's really got all the ingredients there that a daiquiri does. I don't really see why you can't call it a daiquiri. I never would have wanted a peanut butter daiquiri, but here I am sipping on one. All right, so this last one's probably gonna throw you for a curveball. We're gonna mix Pepsi Blue with Skrewball. I saw Pepsi Blue on the shelves early this summer. I grabbed a whole bunch of it because I love it on its own. And then I started thinking, a berry flavored cola and Skrewball, how can that not work? And it does. So let's pour in some Skrewball, bit of Pepsi Blue, give that a stir. And before we even drink that, can we talk about how great the color is? It's got that nice like turquoise, darkish blue tinge to it. It's a beautiful cocktail and it's only got 2 ingredients. Let's give it a try. So oddly enough, with the Pepsi Blue, you do get the taste of the original Pepsi that's got like a berry twinge to it. The best way to describe this is like drinking a Pepsi while you're eating a peanut butter and jelly. It doesn't sound like the best combo, but it is really, really good. I think you'll find that most combinations with Skrewball are just things you would not expect. I've paired it with mango puree, I've paired it with orange juice. There's so many ways to use Skrewball. It's just shocking because as I said before, peanut butter is just such a bold flavor, you don't think to pair it with much. But in reality, you can pair it with just about anything. I've found very little does not work with Skrewball. All right guys, so that's been your lesson today on how you drink Skrewball and what to pair it with. Thanks for watching, I'll see you guys next time.